In the shadow of the pyramids, I asked archaeologist Kelly Krause if she thought that a group of runaway slaves. I couldn't see how the Israelites could have possibly made the ark described in Exodus, but I knew something must have inspired the description of it.
The idea of a beautiful gold-covered box on poles would have been absolute common currency at the time.
In my personal opinion, I think it is likely that an object like that definitely could have been influenced by Egyptian iconography, yes.
The last mention of the Ark of the Covenant in the Bible places it in Jerusalem. When I arrived here, it was Hanukkah, the festival of lights, when Jews commemorate the rededication of their Second Temple after a desecration by their enemies 22 centuries before. My quest for the Lost Ark of the Covenant was leading me away from Jerusalem. I'd found no evidence that the Babylonians had destroyed or captured the Ark, and if it had been hidden beneath Jerusalem, I was sure it would have been found by now. The last mention of the Ark in the Bible was prior to the Babylonian invasion, but was there any other evidence to confirm its disappearance? A clue might lie in one of the greatest biblical discoveries ever made. Ethiopia is a tempting prospect, if only because the Ark is so deeply embedded in the country's foundation myths. My quest for the Ark of the Covenant had taken me out of the Holy Land. I was certain that if the Ark had survived the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem in 586 BC, then it was because it had been smuggled out of the city beforehand. The question was where to and by whom.
If this occurred in the First Temple period, it could have gone in any direction, towards Egypt, towards the south, or towards the north. It gives room to all sorts of possibilities. Each one of those possibilities is true, because until you've actually found the Ark of the Covenant, you can't dismiss any of these theories.
There are some really weird explanations about the whereabouts of the Ark of the Covenant. One of the bizarrest is that it's actually buried underneath the Sphinx. And this is weird because the Sphinx was built at least 1,000 years before the story of the Exodus. Had a bahur? A bahur. Frankincense.
Yes.
Frankincense comes from a bush which grows near here, and it produces this absolutely wonderful smell. And the smell has got something of sanctity about it, and it was used in all of the temples of the ancient world, from Greece to Rome to Jerusalem, and even in the Far East. And it's the reason that South Yemen, Himyar, was one of the wealthiest states in the world at the time, the California of the ancient world. Ancient stone tablets which are going to tell us something about the Semitic history of South Arabia. There was a South Arabian civilization which flourished here in the Yemen from about 1000 BC to 600 AD,